ain't finished. Y'all ain't finished. Make you come ready to go this next week.
How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Tillman and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com. I am your host, Nick Athan, and alongside my partner extraordinaire, Mr. Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports. You can check out his show every Saturday at 1 o'clock with Coach Dre, and they talk all things Kansas City sports, and we're going to talk about a lot of things about the Kansas City Chiefs. We're well past the Bills. They've had their Super Bowl. It's all good. It'll get you ready for the Panthers, and some interesting things have happened over the last 24 hours we'll get to. But first up, let's talk about our sponsors that make the wheels turn here at the Four Guys in a Bar podcast. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City area, Eric Haynes is your guy. He spent 9 months holding my hand and Emily's hand to make sure we got the house that we wanted. It took a lot of back and forth, and he was there every step of the way. And that's what you want when you have to find someone you trust in something as complex as a real estate transaction. So my recommendation is, if you're looking to buy or sell a house in Kansas City right now, give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
That is correct. Another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. It is open enrollment time. And what does that mean? If you want a government option for your health care, you have until December 15th. If you need someone who can walk you through that process, or perhaps look outside the box and into a private plan, she's the person that can evaluate your current health insurance and find out what's best for you, your family, or your small business. So call her today, 913-215-9086.
Emily.
That's right. Emily, indeed. And next up, our new sponsor, Resell Electronics.
Emily.
Buy a cell phone at Resell Electronics and save up to 25%. Our phones are pre-owned and in great condition. We carry top brands like iPhones and Samsung. Sell us your old phone and we'll offer you cash on the spot. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right. Our new sponsor, Resell Electronics. They've got two great locations in Independence, 1214A South Nolan Road and down on across the highway and 40 Highway. They'll take care of all of your needs when it comes to consumer electronics. They will buy your old stuff. They'll sell you some new stuff. Whatever you're looking for, cell phones, tablets, laptops, game consoles, TVs, home audio, etc. If you go in the store, tell them that Chiefs Blitz sent in, you'll get an extra 10% off. If you're looking for some Black Friday deals on your way to the Chiefs Stadium on Black Friday, go to Resell Electronics. Yeah, upgrade your cell phone. Maybe you're looking for a new laptop, whatever it might be. They've got some great specials. So check out their website at resellwithac.electronics.com.
Resell.
That's right. We're also joined by the other cohorts of the Four Guys in a Bar podcast on the left coast, or right coast, I guess it would be, depending on how you're facing the country, either forward or backwards. Lou Montagna and, of course, Coach Andre Tillman in Kansas City. Gentlemen,
let's make it easy on you, Nick. Let's start calling it the North Coast.
The North Coast.
I'm on the Great Lakes, not necessarily one of these East Coast elites. So,
but there's no coastline in the North. That's
yes, there is. I can see it from my house, Lake
Erie.
Erie.
Lake Erie is a coast.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Absolutely, man. Come on.
All right. Apologize for the lateness today, gents. So we had some computer issues, but we are all here and we're getting ready for the week ahead. The Chiefs will travel to the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. We'll talk about this game a little bit and then preview on our show Friday at 1:30. Also, please, if you're a Chiefs fan and you like this podcast, please ask your friends to subscribe. Let them know this is a great podcast. We do it 3 days a week, 1:30 Central Time, and we talk all things Chiefs sports. And then sometimes we go off the rails, which is always very enjoyable for me because I like the ad-lib part of it. So, gents, how we doing?
What's up?
What's up?
What's going on?
Man, a few words. What's up?
Outstanding, gang. We've got another round of Chief Who coming up at some point today. It looks
Kareem's
like
in the house.
Kareem has decided to kind of defend his turf a little bit. We're at 2-2 between him and Ken St. Clair. So other people can join in. There's plenty of room. You can still.
I don't think it's joining in. I think it's getting kind of critical right now, man.
You can still win this thing even if you're not on the board yet. So just play along.
We should have a roster sheet. We should have a roster sheet or something.
Kareem said BBL.
Right. Sounds good. I don't know what BBL stands for.
I don't know what BBL stands for either.
That can be interpreted so many different ways, Kareem.
What is BBL?
What does BBL stand for? Come on, I'm old.
You know what BBL stands for.
I don't.
What is a BBL, man? I don't know. It can mean.
Maybe it's something we don't want to know.
Jason.
All right.
No, BBL can stand for a lot.
All good. All good. We don't have to have the meaning of life today. That's not what we're here for. Our here is to distract you from the meaning of life and talk about sports.
Yeah.
Woohoo! All right.
Hey, we got a lot to get into today. Let's get into some updates that's happening around.
All right, let's do it.
The Chiefs Kingdom. Go ahead and get into reading mode. Nick,
reading mode. I'm gonna do this without my glasses. The Kansas City Chiefs have released wide receiver Cornell Powell from their practice squad, and they've replaced him with their new addition, former New England Patriots wide receiver Tyquan Thornton, who it's my understanding, I think he's going to wear number 19, if I'm not mistaken. But he is a new member of the Chiefs. I know Juju Smith-Schuster talked about him today and said, "Oh, he is fast. He's a good dude." There it is. See, I guess I didn't see that coming.
Who made it that thick though? Who did that, man? Like it was already somebody really made it bigger. Who can't see?
Let's hope.
Whatever. You're not going to rip the host.
He can spit some rhymes too.
Now listen. Double T to me. I played with him on Madden though. I played with the guy. The dude.
You played with him. You played against him.
Come on, Nick. This is a family show. This is a family show, Nick.
All right.
He's 6'2". He's 6'2", and the man is fast. I think his speed is like a 96. So I would say like a 4.2 guy, 4.1 to 4.2 guy. A good pickup for Kansas City is more speed. You know, for Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. So I mean, he can go. He can go.
Definitely on brand.
Brazilian butt lift. That's what.
All right, so
okay,
he's
thanks.
All from the drone.
I think he did. I think he did run in the 4.2s. I've got him listed 6'3", 182. He's 24 years old, and of course, he's one of these Baylor wide receivers. And because I'm that guy. Let me take you through the laundry list of Terrence Williams. These are guys that probably went in the first and second rounds. Terrence Williams in Dallas, Corey Coleman in Cleveland, among others. Jalen Hurd was a running back, wide receiver, really never amounted to anything in San Francisco. Denzel Mims, first-round pick to the Jets, never amounted to anything. So if you're one of those people that kind of looks at – I guess prototypes and the program that you come from, the expectations for this guy have got to be really, really low. The other piece of it is that
it's really hot.
New England has done a horrific job in the Bill Belichick era of drafting wide receivers.
Yeah.
Okay. They are just horrible at it.
Right.
So hopefully he can overcome all this stuff. And he's not just a tall, skinny guy that can run 4.2, but that's kind of where it starts and stops.
There's your Sky Moore replacement for next year.
You've got McCole. We're hoping that Worthy's a hell of a lot more than that, but this is kind of in that vein. You're maybe a little bit taller than McCole, but I hope, I'm knocking on wood, I'm hoping he can break this mold to the Baylor wide receivers, the New England draft picks, and just being just another fast guy. That's about all he is.
That's a good point, though, Lou. That's a good point because ain't
What's
no
that?
speed, man.
I say Nick was on there tearing that water up.
I'll tear that water up. I don't speechless with this pick.
So it's like, to me, the Chiefs go out there and get a receiver. Some that they really don't need. They don't need a receiver.
Of course they need it. You watch that game?
A lot of people say
but it wasn't the receivers.
they do need a receiver. Okay, guys, and this is why. All right.
Well,
Wait a second. Let's pump the brakes a second here.
Let me explain.
We need a wide receiver. We don't need another receiver to put on the practice squad.
This is why.
He's a former first round pick. He's a former first round pick. This is what Veach loves. And maybe in their building, they can develop him. But no way in hell are they thinking this guy's going to play a prominent role this season.
This is why they need another wide receiver. Juju Smith-Schuster's on a 1-year deal. D-Hop is on a 1-year deal. Hollywood Brown is on a 1-year deal. Justin Watson is on a 1-year deal. Now, all them receivers is not going to be on it. Also, Nico Harmon is on a 1-year deal. So if you can get a wide receiver to come in on a practice squad that you can have control over, heading into this, or a couple years, why not? And a former second-round pick, why not? So that's why they needed him to go get him. He as you look at it, people looking at his New England tape, but he didn't have a great quarterback out there to give him the ball to be playing in New England. So you can't judge him off of that. So in my case, I feel like they do need him because next year we only have Rashee Rice and
we won't even have him for the whole year.
Yeah, and Xavier Worthy. So if you really look at it, it's only Xavier Worthy that's going to be on the contract. And then, and also, like Nick said, Rice ain't going to be, probably ain't going to be suspended. So they just leave you with Worthy and Sky Moore coming off of injury if he makes the team. So why not get a guy that's in a former second-round pick and go bring him on a team and see what you got in him?
Right. So Lou, I got a question for you. So, I mean, Baylor's had this terrific offense for a long time. They get a lot of wide receivers in the NFL that don't pan out. Why is that, in your opinion?
Well, they all seem to be in the same. They're cut exactly the same. They're track guys for the most. I mean, I don't say that they run track, but that's kind of the build. Is that they're slender, and again, it's. Most of the guys that I mentioned came from a specific offense. It's like when they used to talk about the Texas Tech wide receivers. You're running this air raid offense. You're running to just spots on the field. You're not doing a ton of route running. And then at that level, there's always going to be a corner on the field that no way is going to be able to keep up with you. Well, you get to the NFL, and now all of a sudden they can all keep up with you. You have to have a little bit more to your game. So if it was just maybe one or two guys, but you got at least four, and Taekwon might be the fifth, that, okay, we're kind of getting a sense here of what these guys are putting into the NFL. Right. Maybe it's not, those individual situations. Maybe it's just the way that that position is coached at that particular part. Now, again, different coaches, they've kind of gone through it with different offensive philosophies. But, when they had RG3 down there, they just had they throw four of the fastest guys. I mean, they basically were a track team, and you're just running four verticals. There's going to be somebody on a college team that no way has any business being on the same field with any of those guys. You get to the NFL, and it ain't like that. Everybody can play. So you got to have a little bit more in the bag than just, hey, I'm fast. So, again, I don't know. BG. That's just kind of my take on it. And
that makes sense.
At every turn, these guys they'll flash, and then they just go away, and it's kind of frustrating.
So my thing.
I agree with what Brian said. So after the three-peat, they'll go through a mini rebuild. I agree with you, Brian.
They are. I mean, I get it, guys, but the real question is, who's throwing the dang ball to these people, man? You got to protect. You got to throw the ball. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
that's not what we're evaluating here. We're not evaluating the pass protection today. We're just evaluating if this guy's going to break the mold. Man,
it doesn't matter
what Baylor failures.
Church said, not today, Dre. Not today. No.
It's always a good day for Dre. It's always Dre's day. It's always a great day.
Wasn't that in the was it Lululemon or whatever that was the commercial with OBJ? Not today.
Man.
I saw something about
that. When is he gonna get his time though? When is he gonna get his time? Who knows?
Well, he's good. He may get an opportunity this year. Perhaps if Hollywood doesn't come back, if maybe they get another injury.
We'll have an update on that here in the show.
But in terms of the guys that they have right now that are the field stretchers, McCole, worthy? You know, are you going to throw another guy out there, take another roster spot of somebody that may not be able to be counted on in a big moment? It's going to be difficult. Hopefully, like I said, he gets his reps with the practice squad, with the look team. And if Carson Wentz can kind of make him a thing in practice, maybe they give him an opportunity in games.
He's a guy you might see in the last 2 games of the year. It's possible.
I say you probably see him next week.
No, that's not going to happen.
Not today,
not
Bo.
unless there's an injury. Not unless there's a big injury.
Not today, Bo. As you say in your shirt.
Not unless there's a big injury.
Not starting today, Bo. Not today.
But let's get it. Let's get it. What you have for us today on Chiefs? Lou.
Here we go, gang. Let's get right into
Kenny
it.
Tied 2-2.
Ding,
the prize will
ding.
debut next Wednesday's show.
Let's get it.
So it was Friday, now Wednesday. What's happening here
next Wednesday? I'm going to start the show.
You said you're gonna bring the prize on today.
I know, but I didn't grab it. I have like 4 of them. I haven't decided which of the
Friday.
Not Friday. I had a busy morning. I'm sorry.
All right, so next Wednesday we're going to see the prize.
Before the show, I will send the picture.
These 2 competitors, they would be going at it tooth and nail, even if the prize was a Chiefs pencil. Okay, so it's bragging rights, it's all that. So for those of you that are new to our fun little game, this is the greatest game on YouTube. We call it Chief Who. So I'm going to read a series of concocted clues that will lead you to a current Kansas City Chief. He may be on the practice squad. He may not be a starter, coach, but he's on the 53 and possibly on the practice squad. So everybody is fair game.
There you go.
Play along, please. As I said earlier, these guys are only 2-2. There's 7 weeks left, or however many games there are left. So you got every opportunity to win whatever this crazy prize that Nick is going to finally show.
I'm only one game behind. I'm only one game behind.
Sometime this season. Okay. We are not eligible to win the prize. Okay. Come on. All right. So here we go. Number 1. In college, he was described as the most surprising player on a top-ranked unit. The most surprising player on a top-ranked unit.
Ross.
Number 2.
You gotta let the people get
people first, then we vote.
His senior year, he was PFF's all-conference second team. Also named by his own team as their team's player of the year. Number 3.
Kareem has a guess.
In a strange way, Kareem, why even show up? Why do I even read the clues? He's like got the mind meld going and everything else. So that's why he's who he is, folks. Yes.
Did you win?
Chief Who for this week is Joshua Uche. Yes. So,
Kareem.
Thanks for everybody for showing up.
Kareem would be like, okay, I know.
All right, so I'm not exactly sure how he got it off of those 2 clues, but let me read the rest of them for us mortals. He did somehow show love on his uniform to both LeBron and Michael. He has 2 teammates that has shared personal commonality with. And he's a recent addition to the Columbus Hall of Fame. So, okay. So number 3, what do we got? Okay. LeBron, he wore number 6 at Michigan. And of course, they're a jump man school. So he's got Jordan on his uniform. 2 teammates, obviously Joshua Williams, he share a name. He and Mike Dana played together at Michigan. And then he's also a recent addition to the Columbus High School Hall of Fame in Miami.
Nice.
But no one got to hear all of those because Kareem, once again, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's like related to me somehow.
Don't give up, Kenny. Don't give up, Kenny. You're second.
We have the same brain. I don't get it, but Kareem, thanks for jumping in, man. There you have it, folks. Wow. Chief Who, Joshua Uche, brought to you by Eric Haynes and the Eric Haynes Group.
That's right. Congrats, buddy.
He came in one comment and shut it down. Man, that's crazy.
He just came in and see you guys. What is this month thing? What does that mean?
Hey, he pulled a Chris Jones. He
You
came
think-
in and pulled a Chris
You don't
Jones.
think that Kenny can catch up?
He came in and killed it and left.
I don't know. Yes, you are the king for the week.
Maybe he got like a spy on your notes.
Previous wins don't count
Maybe.
prior to the contest start eligibility. All right, go on.
So
Ruben's in third place. That's right.
What made you come up with this game, and how do you come up with the clues? Because he came and got it real fast.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I thought it would be cool to just
You're the one who invited him back.
have some sort of trivia aspect to it. And at some point, maybe like in the off season, we'll do more like specific trivia questions. But in terms of the contest, it was just, okay, how well do you know this roster? And then I started thinking, well, maybe and throw some pop culture in here, maybe some other, just different ways of coming to the guy's name. But yeah, Kareem, we're just of the same mind for some reason. I don't know. I mean, because it's pretty wacky. Those first two clues, there's no way anybody should have been able to get it, right? They were very vague.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should ask Kareem how he got.
Yeah, how did you get that so fast? What do you mean you're leaving? Carry on. He must be working today.
He came in, getting ready for work, dropped the bomb and left. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
that's mic drop. Mic
That
drop.
is.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey, congrats, Kareem. You're up 3-2 to
Yeah.
1. And next Friday, I will debut the prize.
Sinclair.
Now, we're going to carry this
You're right
until
there,
the Chiefs
Sinclair.
are through the Super Bowl, or we do regular season?
I mean, we're going through the regular season.
Okay, fair enough.
So 18 weeks. The bye. We had one in the bye week, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Yep, absolutely. All right, sounds good.
So before we go, get far from the show, let's get our sponsor some more love before we get in detail of the show.
Let's do it. Let's talk about our great sponsors. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better than Eric Haynes. Listen, I know everybody knows a realtor, and I know a lot of realtors. And when it came to choosing, I talked to my good friend Eric and said, hey, this is what we're looking to do. We spent 9 months looking. He helped us get the house of our dreams. Emily and I are so grateful for he and his team for making sure we got everything the way we wanted, closed, and everything was done in a way that was professional and on our behalf. So if you want someone who's going to give you the same exact experience, plus is a huge Chiefs fan, give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785. You can email him at eselskc@gmail.com.
proud sponsor of Joshua Uche.
Joshua Uche. All right, next sponsor is my incredible, amazing wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for a better health coverage option for either yourself, your family, or a small business, you need to give her a call at 913-215-9086. Open enrollment is here. What does that mean? You have till December 15th if you want to choose a government option, or you can talk to Emily about a private option. She can help you either way. Maybe you can find something with a nationwide PPO, better deductible, and a lower monthly premium with better coverage. So if you just need someone to decipher what you have and what you could get, give her a call at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
That's right, Emily. And we got a new sponsor, Resell Electronics.
Emily.
Get the best deals on new and used electronics at Resell Electronics. TVs, laptops, Apple Watches, cameras, cell phones, plus so much more. And if you're into gaming, we carry new gen as well as vintage consoles. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That is right, Resell Electronics. Got two great locations, Nolan Road and 40 Highway in Independence. If you're looking for an early Christmas gift, this is the place to go. They will buy and sell your personal electronics. They will have great options between cell phones, tablets, laptops, game consoles, computers, whatever it might be. They've got some old gaming consoles, which are really, really cool. You definitely have to go in and check out the store. And whether you go in or check them out online, make sure you tell them that Chiefs Blitz and Bowtie Sports sent you, and you'll get a 10% discount on your order. Again, check them out on their website, resell with a C, electronics.com.
Resell.
That's
So
right.
let's get it right into it, guys. Let's get into will we see Hollywood Brown in December? Are you putting your money on it? What you guys had to say about it? What you guys say about it, Luke?
I hate predicting how these injuries are going to go, because you never know. I mean, obviously he wants to get back on the field. then the team also has to kind of temper that. You don't want him to re-aggravate an injury. You want to make sure that he's healthy and ready to rock and roll when the games really start to count, if so to speak. I'm not saying that the regular season doesn't count, but obviously the goal is to go beyond the 17 games. So, I mean, it sounded that way. I think Mango had posted something, or maybe it was Matt Derrick, that they were thinking that it's going to be sooner than later. So, props to Hollywood for getting himself ready to rock and roll. And maybe by the end of or middle of the next month, he'll be out there.
Yeah, it's Matt reported this, and I've talked to a couple of people too, and they expect that the practice window will go next week. And if that is indeed the case, then he'll have 21 days to be put on the active roster, or they'll have to shelve him for the rest of the year. I've always maintained that he's going to be back in December. I think it's quite possible that he could be ready for the 3-game stretch, which is the Browns, the Texans, and the Pittsburgh Steelers in 11 days. Be a good time to have him out there because there are going to be some tired bodies having to play 3 NFL games in that time frame. And we always said this is the brutal part of the schedule, but he did get with his doctor last week, got a thumbs up, so he's ready to go. He's healed, and now it's just a matter of what kind of football shape can I get in. 600,000 views as of 7 o'clock last night. So I'm thinking a lot of people believe the same thing. Hollywood doesn't appear to be kind of the guy that's going to throw something out there unless it has some meaning. Not his thing. But, Andy did say today in his press conference that, he's making good progress and proud of him. And that's kind of what he said a week before the window opened for Pacheco and for Charles Omenihu. So I'm anticipating next week he'll be back there on the practice field. Good news is Omenihu and Pacheco both are practicing today, and there's a good chance both could be on the field Sunday in Carolina.
Yeah, if he comes back, he comes back. No rush. I just want him still take his time. So I mean, I'm excited for him. Like he's on schedule, but at the same time, don't rush this deal, man. Just take your time, man.
Okay, this is your boy. This is your guy from Arizona. You should be showing some emotional. Oh my God, it's like one of my guys. What's up? Why are you so tempered?
No. I'm excited, but this is injuries, man. He's an injury-prone guy, so it's like he's an injury-prone guy. I want him to really, really take his time to come back because, like I said, Chiefs ain't gonna miss a beat. They haven't been missing a beat for real. So take your time, man. Take your time.
Clip that little line off right there.
Because he said they've been missing.
The Chiefs haven't missed a beat. Okay,
they really missed a few beats offensively. Unfortunately,
the Chiefs gonna be who they are. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna be who they are with or without.
I got you.
Yeah, having him is going to be huge.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to him to come back. Bring some explosive to this offense. Because Xavier Worthy is only that speed threat right about now. So I feel like that's why they went to go get the guy from England. Signed him to the practice squad because, adding more speed to this team can bring back that Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill, and Nicole Hartman, and what's his name, offense back in the day where we had, with all the, new Chiefs fans started jumping onto the bandwagon.
I was thinking of having what's his name on Chiefs Who, but I don't.
Yeah, we didn't know
might not
be
fair. That might not be fair.
But again, man,
what's his name?
Yeah.
What's his name? I keep on forgetting his name. DeMarcus Robinson. When they had DeMarcus Robinson.
Yeah, he's a pretty good. What's his name?
D-Rob. Yeah, come on.
So when I'm looking forward, this kid to come out and play ball. Hey, ain't nothing more can add. You can add another receiver, add more speed, make this more team more dynamic. I'm ready for it. I know a lot of Chiefs fans are ready for it. I know
Get that bye week so they can incorporate these guys in practice for a couple of weeks.
I know this mug is up to like almost 200,000 views, or on Chiefs Blitz right about now because a lot of fans are ready for Hollywood Brown to come back.
Yeah, we need him. We need him for sure.
Yeah, and you got Pops this week too. I mean, if you ask the players, I mean, they're ready to roll. I mean, yeah, I'm sure Hollywood would say he could play this week if you really needed him to. It's going to be kind of like tempering that with the player and getting him to kind of buy into the method behind the madness, because Pops, that was the question today. I mean, he's not one that's going to just kind of like ease into anything. I mean, it's either he's coming bull through a China shop or he's not coming in at all. So
yeah, there'll be no guessing at how he's going to go out there.
And Hollywood, I guess he's just because he probably feels, almost guilty, right? Because it was, first play of preseason, he had taken such ownership of that room and everything that he did leading up to that point. And it's like, what the hell, what's going, so he wants to get out there as soon as possible. But yeah, I think they'll take their time. They're not going to rush any of these guys back.
Well, yeah. Speaking of giving a guy back, is it time for the Kansas City Chiefs to get Joshua Wilson a second chance at the corner spot? Nick?
Yeah, I think so. Nazeed Johnson and Wallace, quite haven't done what they needed to do. They really struggled. But listen, the entire defense struggled against the Bills. They just didn't seem to have the fire. They couldn't get any real pressure on Allen. They didn't play spy defense. There are a lot of things. If there's a pass rush, then we're not highlighting the cornerbacks in any given weekend for the most part. And we just haven't had that. So I think with Joshua Williams, he's kind of sat for a couple of games since Johnson came back from his concussion. Rowan Wallace has done, I think, a good job. Obviously, not having, being in a situation where he's struggled, he's down on himself a little bit. I think this is a good game to bring him into. I think this is a good game to bring him more reps. And I would be shocked if he's not playing more this week than he was the week before, for nothing more than to say, okay, what did the 2 weeks in the doghouse do? Did it motivate him? Did he work harder in practice? Can he go back to making the kind of plays that he made last year and the year before in the postseason? So we'll just have to find out. But they need to get him more involved in the defense if possible.
Well, I know
go ahead, shake your head.
Go ahead, Lou. Go ahead and go first.
Well, first off, he's a North Carolina kid, played college ball in North Carolina, so he may have some family there. So from that aspect, it would be great if it would be great if he got on the field. This is the roster, okay? I think somebody highlighted the statistics that Nazi had against Buffalo. And my response was just, well, let's just go check Costco and see if there's a corner that they have that can play. This is the roster.
Got to go to Sam's Club for that one.
Yeah, these guys made the team for a reason. They both need a lot of reps, right? Nazi played at Marshall. Joshua played at an HBCU, Division II HBCU. Okay. Now, again, that's no excuse. Again, they made this team for a reason, but none of them have been consistent enough to get a series going of games after game after game after game. So you hate to pull Nazi, you're kind of doing this yo-yo thing and no one really gets the amount of reps they need to move forward. So if they're going to get him on, he's definitely going to play some snaps, right? So in terms of another chance, you're just going to say, okay, Nazi, you're going to sit. Joshua is going to get the bulk of the snaps this game. Maybe that's a good thing. He gets a chance to watch a little bit, see what's up. I don't know how much we're going to learn, about Joshua playing against the Panthers. If he has a really good game, that would be good for his confidence. I don't know that it becomes a precursor of things moving forward, but to get him confident, maybe you do, right? Maybe you do put him on the field and get him rolling. But no matter what, this is the roster. These are the guys. They got to work with them. And like you said, Nick, there's so much going on defensively in that game that it was so disjointed, more so than any other game we've seen in the last 3 years. So I don't know if it was a communication thing. I don't know if it was just the Bills might have done some unscouted stuff that they brought out that they weren't quite ready for. I don't know. But in terms of this question, yeah, he is going to get another chance. I don't know that it's going to be this week.
Hey, man, listen, honestly, man, listen, to hell with this, man. No, we don't deserve another chance. He gets beat, man. Like, hell nah, he don't. Nazi Johnson, man. Nazi Johnson, man. Keep him on that side. No Joshua Williams. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so you're saying
no.
So you're saying no.
No.
Okay.
He said no. Hey, I'm looking.
Ain't no breakdown to it, man. Just no, man. He's been playing bad. So
like I said, man. Like I said on offense, man. Last week, go with the hot hand. If the hot hand is out there and they playing ball like Connor. I feel like Connor should be playing more of the outside.
He should.
Connor been playing some ball.
So bring if the guy got a high hand, let him go out there and ball. If you give Joshua Williams another chance, maybe. But the guys ain't playing that bad. If like Dre said last time, they not. If it wasn't no pass rush, you can't cover that long.
Right. Absolutely.
So if it wasn't no pass rush, you can't cover that long. So I can't just say give Joshua Williams another chance. I like the kid. He got the frame size for being like a elite corner. He's 6'2", tall, physical.
Yeah.
And he looked like he can be a good corner. But like Dre said, when I seen in the preseason, the start of the preseason and some snaps he got this season, the kid been getting beat. You know what I mean? So I would say, yes, he maybe get another chance, but I would say no. Let the other guys who got the hot hand, let them roll with the ball.
He's great on special teams.
Let me say one more thing. I think to me the key, of the development of Jaden Hicks over the next 7 weeks.
Yeah,
I think is going to be really critical to what they do with Shamari, Connor, and what role they put him in, especially if the other two corners continue to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get him up to speed to kind of do what Connor does, then Connor can play on the outside and he can play opposite McDuffie and he'll do a good job. He's kind of like they're not quite sure what to do with him, but they've made a fit for him in the defense, and he's done a really good job. He didn't have a great game. I know he had the interception, but head coach Drake could have caught that pass. So, that was a good play.
Knock his pass. Knock his head.
He still would have caught it. It might have been an inch off the ground by the time he got there, but it'd
be interesting to see. I don't think Shamari gets many snaps playing on the outside. I mean, he pretty much was a safety that they converted to a nickel.
Mm-hmm.
To ask him to now move outside, that might be a bit much.
I'm just saying out of necessity.
I get it, but I don't know that the team sees it as that
if Watson doesn't come back, it may be out of necessity.
That they're in such dire need at that position. Now, obviously, if you look at the numbers from last game, it looks like he gave up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's. Again, if these guys, especially Joshua, I don't know if he's real comfortable playing off the ball or playing zone.
Right.
And they do a lot of that in their blitz packages.
Mm-hmm.
He, again, coming from a lower level, it's pretty much man to man. And it's, that's a tough thing to ask, but it's been a few years. So you hope he could have developed some of those skills. I don't know that they're there yet, but in terms of what the team is seeing, I mean, these are the guys that they chose.
This is what they got.
You took Nazi in the 7th round. You took Jaylen Watson in the 7th round. You've got like some found gold there. Not necessarily elite corners, but it's kind of like found money. If you're a 7th rounders that are actually starting and playing for you.
Mm-hmm.
So Jaylen Watson, he's the one that kind of rose from that group.
Mm-hmm.
But he's hurt. So what, you got these other guys, you got to let them play. You got to let them work through it.
7 at target.
You can't, you can't, this isn't like a college team where you've got 100 roster spots. You got 53 guys. You got a practice squad. You can't just keep rolling more guys out there because some people are getting beat. Hell, Trent McDuffie got beat on a couple of plays. You all of a sudden, well, geez, Trent, but he had that, PFF had him as like the highest graded guy last week in terms of separation and whatever else that they track.
Right.
So you got to give these guys an opportunity, and you're going to go through some rough spots. It's just, that's just the nature of the beast.
Listen, the Chiefs got who they got right now, guys. I've been beating on the drums about them getting another corner. You got Johnson, you got Williams, Keith. Somebody brought up Keith, man. Keith Taylor. Somebody brought up Keith Taylor. Hell, man, give him a go. So I don't know. Like you said,
they see these guys in practice every single day. You think if they thought he could do it, that they wouldn't just put him out there?
I'm with you. I mean, I trust Spags on that front.
Speaking of Connor, man, Connor is playing nickel. He was Snead was L'Jarius Snead was a safety coming into the Chiefs program.
Well, L'Jarius played both in college. Was it Louisiana Tech?
Louisiana Tech, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, maybe
he did play both. Because through injury, he had to play both positions his sophomore, junior, senior year. They kind of like flipped him around, and he was able to do it, which is great. And they have developed Connor from safety to nickel, but now to expect him to say in the mid-season to just say, okay, now go play outside, that might be asking a bit much.
And you know what's great? John made a good point. Nick, you want to read John's comment real quick, Nick?
Yeah, John said, some better pass rush and sacks would help the DBs out. They aren't producing sacks like last year. I mean, what are they, 28? They were, number 2 or 3 last year?
Yeah.
And it's basically the same personnel outside of Amenahue. So, Amenahue can't get back on this defense fast enough because Karlaftis has taken a step back.
Yeah,
Mike Dana's taken a step back. The run defenses, for the most part, is stout. I mean, they virtually shut down everybody in the run game, including the Bills. The only runner they couldn't stop was Josh Allen. So, I listen, they've really done a terrific job forcing teams to pass, but they're not, I think the thing with Spags and the reason that the pass rush isn't happening is, I didn't think the Chiefs wanted to show the Bills what they're going to show them in the postseason. I think they were kind of hoping that they would just play the cover 2 and that the zone cross and the man would work enough and that somebody would get to Allen at some point, but it just didn't work. And I think on the flip side, the Bills offense, they did everything. They tried everything that they could to get yards and first downs, and they had a terrific game plan, and they threw everything out in their playbook where the Chiefs didn't.
Yeah,
so,
defensively, they definitely went off script, and they typically aren't a man team, and they played a lot of man.
They played a lot of man, and that.
So I don't know if that's up to the wide receivers to be a little bit better at being able to get open, but they got to get open so damn quick, right? Because Patrick doesn't have a ton of time. But even Patrick said it today. He's like on the one to Noah. If he sits in the pocket, I mean, it's almost like he's got to watch a little Brady film to watch just how to move, but stay within the pocket, right? Yeah. But again, once you're getting hit time. Now that was early in the game, but still over time, you get hit enough, you get those happy feet. It's like, I got to get out of here or I'm dead.
Hey, it's like the roles have changed. It's like now the Chiefs is like top 5 in run stop, and then on pass rush, they're not even elite on an elite level as pass rushers, man. So like I said, it starts to put the pass rush first, man.
They're going to face a really good mobile quarterback this week, so we'll find out.
It's peanut butter and jelly, man. Hey, you gotta have both, man. Hey, there's no pressure. Hey, there's no pressure. There's no turnovers, man.
We had some good news with Hollywood Brown, and now we got some other news with Jaylen Watson. So is it just gonna be seeing his season actually over? Because a lot of people thought he was coming back. The postseason. It looked like he could probably not come back. He's coming back from.
Yeah, he had a clean break in his fibula and tibula. So they were able to put a couple of screws in and kind of secure that. There was hope that he could be back in December. If there's any hope at all, it's going to be late January. I don't think the Chiefs are counting on it, according to Matt Derrick. It just depends on how hard he's willing to put the time in and how his bones heal. But, Pacheco fractured a couple of bones too. And he got back in a relatively short period of time, considering, assuming he plays this weekend. So if we do the week math, there's a possibility, AFC title game, if it happens in Kansas City or if it happens at all, he could be available by the Super Bowl. I would think that, with 2 weeks off, again, assuming a whole lot, there's a chance. But that's why it's important that, one of these other guys steps up. And it does not look like they're going to sign Xavier Howard. I think he's still asking for too much money. He's still overvaluing himself, and I don't think the Chiefs are going to get into that trap. Plus, there's some off the field stuff that still is still out there. Hasn't been charged, just accused. And I don't know if the Chiefs want to mess with that at the right price. Maybe they will, but it just could be a locker room fit at this point with him. So they got to make it work, and so we'll see what happens. I mean, Watson was having a terrific year. He was he's still got one more year left. He'll come back strong, but the best chance with him would be sometime in January or February.
Yeah, it is what it is. Joshua Jalen Dunn, man. Go ahead. Again, do not rush the recovery. Take your time and get healthy.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Speaking of that, should the Chiefs give a look at explore the option of signing CJ Jackson?
Absolutely.
I'm not opposed to it.
Absolutely.
I just for clarity, I think we're talking about JC Jackson.
JC Jackson, that's right.
Played for the Patriots. We're kind of cleaning house on former Patriots. He was the one that signed the huge contract to go play with the Chargers. And, was that a Brandon Staley thing?
Justin Watson ruined him on that long catch.
It just never worked out. And then he went back to the Patriots, and that really didn't really go as well as they thought. Hey, he's just going back home, whatever. So I don't know. Where is he been? I haven't heard him mentioned as much.
Nobody
in terms of signing with other teams, where he's at.
DJ
right
or
now.
JC, neither one.
So again, it depends on how dire they think this is. I think they have a lot of confidence in the kids that they have, and they would rather rock with them because they know what they have. They know that they've been trained. They know, in theory, they know the defense,
One of the Jacksons, Michael Jackson,
calls, and everything else.
Jackson.
So we're just grasping at straws, hoping that somebody that's not on the roster all of a sudden is going to come here and become the savior.
That's very unlikely. So let's give you all a silver lining of the cornerback position. Let's go back 2 years ago or 3 years ago when all these young kids were all rookies, including Cook. And halfway through the year, Spags said, I'm just throwing these guys on the field. And they won a Super Bowl with these guys. And then they won another Super Bowl with these guys. So, the Chiefs have Lou's right. They usually stick to their guys. They see them in practice every day. We're just spitting stuff out because, it can't hurt to have the conversation.
Yeah.
JC Jackson, for whatever reason, he goes back to the Patriots and he stinks. He was with the Chargers and he stunk. And he got injured again. And it's just like.
And he got big money. I mean, he
got $88 million contract from the Chargers. And they ate that contract. And the Patriots said, you're not even good enough to play on a bad team.
See, it's like trying to find a left tackle. And unfortunately, those are the two areas the Chiefs need the most. I mean, you're just not going to find a good left tackle just sitting out there. Yeah. You're not going to find a good corner because everybody needs them. Everybody needs multiples of them. No matter how good they are at the position, you always need more because of the 3 receiver sets, 4 receiver sets. You need a bunch of guys that can cover. And again, it's one of those positions that, it's not that deep. So, you kind of roll with what you got and hopefully that's good enough. It has been before. So that's what we can kind of lean on. We were talking, before we came on in terms of, having these mid-season or in-season lulls. Now, this year, the Chiefs were able to win a bunch of games and now we're kind of going through it. You had, the near loss to Denver, the loss in Buffalo, which again, not a huge deal. You're talking about professional sports. You're going to lose some games, right? I mean, it's going to happen. And it's not necessarily going to, that's it. We're done. So I'm not so concerned about that. It's just, and you hear me say it all the time, is have a kind of a clean operation, right? That's what you want to see. You're going to get beat sometimes, but you still, if you get beat with a clean operation, at least, you gave it your best. The flip side is, hey, there's enough to correct here and they were in the game, as bad as it was, they were still in the game. So
one defensive stop and, in that last Buffalo drive, and it's a different game probably. Signing name free agents doesn't always work, as John says. And, there's a whole lot of examples of that in the NFL, and there's a whole lot of examples of that in the Chiefs, in the Chiefs in the past. So, the team is what they are. They're going to win the Super Bowl. Win the Super Bowl based on the 53-man roster they have and who they have on the practice squad.
I'm gonna date us right now, Nick. If you recall from Hoosiers coach Norman Dale, kid fouls out, right? So they got 4 guys on the court. Kid that he had benched, takes off his warm-ups. He's going the game, and he's like, no, get back to the bench. The ref comes over and says, Coach, you got 4 that. That's my team on the court, right? So that's Andy Reid, Spags, everybody just pointing to the. That's my team on the field. That's who we're rocking with.
Yep.
That's
Well,
what they got,
the guy, I would say, explore the option, look into it, and see what you got there. I know he was hurt, when he went over to the Chargers, then went back over to New England, and I think he got, he was hurt there and they let him go. So I feel like if I had to choose it too, even though I would see what, Andy Reid is that second chance coach. So if look into Xavier Howard, see what you have going on there, look into the case and see everything's cleaned up, they give him a chance. If not, I'll roll with Connor.
I think they'd sign Jackson before they'd sign Howard, in my opinion.
I know. Lou said, Connor, it's going to be too much to go on the outside. Hey, that's a playing football. You got to, you play inside, you play safety. You try other positions to see where you work at.
So you will put him on the outside. You'll put Connor.
Maybe like if it was a high school team, maybe a college team, but in the NFL, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
The high hands in there, man. That's I won't think it's a lot, man, to get a kid a shot to see what happens.
Who's gonna play the slot then?
You put Johnson, Najee Johnson in the slot, and let him, because he's not. I'm looking at Najee Johnson play. I don't feel like he's built for the outside, and you see how Cook was cooking him up.
I don't know about that. I'm not saying. I don't think that he was the starting number 2. He was the number 2 guy. He was the guy who was going to replace Snead in camp until he got hurt again.
See, again, my thought, him coming out of Marshall and just how he played, that he was going to be either a safety or an inside guy.
Right.
Now, I don't know if they made the determination that, no, he wasn't good enough there, because it takes a lot to play that nickel position. I mean, you have to know everything, your run stopping. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. So not everybody is built for that. And fortunately, I mean, T. Cuffs, obviously, it could be the best in the league at that position, but right now we need him to play outside. Unfortunately, he's good enough to do both. There are not many guys like that, so it's just hard to kind of like plug and play and say, well, we're just going to move you out here, him over here. They know what their skill sets are. Who can do what? I
want somebody to come out to a ball that, like, I'm always looking at a guy that's always around the ball, man. And Connor is always around the ball, no matter what.
Always around the ball, man.
He's really good at that position. So you want him there rather than being on the outside, just kind of covering a receiver up and down the sideline the whole game. He's more of a ball, he's going to be inside, be around the action. He's going to punch balls out if guys get beyond the second level as a running back, guys coming across the middle. He'll pick a pass off. He'll blitz and get a sack if you need him to. So
I believe just keep Najee out there. Just keep Najee.
I think that's what they're going to do, regardless of what we say.
Right.
That's the plan.
Just keep Najee out there, man.
Right.
But again, it's the Chiefs versus the Carolina Panthers game week. What are your concerns for the Chiefs going into this Carolina game? Coach Trey.
Man, ain't no concern. Just go out there and play Chiefs football this year. Just play your 14 personnel. Keep doing what you've been doing. Run the ball against them, though. But here's the thing: you don't want to.
You said that. I think you've been all week talking about left tackle. You talking about now? I ain't no concern.
Here, Mango's got a comment. Put Driscoll at corner and just have him body slam the receiver.
There you go.
I like that idea.
Because I say this because right now that's what the Chiefs are. They are a 14 personnel team, man, with a couple of the wrinkles. Just keep doing that. You don't want to give Bryce Young confidence, man. The young man got confidence. You don't want to give him confidence, man. So go out there, play your ball, man, and just harass Bryce Young. Just throw some shit at him. Throw a bunch of shit at him, man. So.
Well, I think my biggest concern is, we don't want complacency to set in on the Chiefs, and I don't think that's going to happen. But, the last thing the Chiefs need to do is come out there, have a turnover on their first offensive possession, give the Panthers any kind of hope, give their young quarterback an opportunity to, say, well, hey, we can beat these guys. Mm-hmm. They're playing better ball. They haven't beat, they got 2 wins in a row over a couple of broken teams, but they still won the games and they found out how to win them in the end, and that's good. And you got a freshman coach. This is truly their Super Bowl. This is the best team on their schedule, the best team they're going to play this year. And there's going to be a lot of Chiefs fans in Carolina. I would say probably half the place will be filled with Chiefs fans. So, it's going to be a semi-home game for Kansas City, but just don't be complacent. We watched the Detroit Lions just keep the accelerator on the Jacksonville Jaguars, last weekend. And I would just like to see one Chiefs game where they do the same thing. And I don't care if they ever do it again the rest of the season.
No mercy. Show no mercy to nobody.
Show no mercy. And I think this team is kind of waiting for somebody.
They're
waiting for Mahomes to do the magic, or they're waiting for Chris Jones to get a sack. That can't be what this is about in this game. It's that everybody's got to go in and say, we're going to make a statement. We're going to go in and we're going to throttle these guys and, go up 28-0 at half or 35-3 and go out there in the second half and don't just run the ball all the time. Put their backup quarterback in and run the offense the way you're going to run the offense if you're trailing 35-3. I think for the fans, they just need to see that. I think for the coaches, they probably need to see some version of that as well, because there's just too many little mistakes that these guys are making offensively the last couple of games. And defensively, listen, they were terrific against Denver, I thought. Even in that, I thought they were really good. And I think that, just go out there and just show your will and your dominance and flaunt your Super Bowl wins and your greatest quarterback and greatest tight end and greatest head coach and greatest defensive coordinator, and just go full throttle around the neck and just say, you know what? You're not scoring today. We're not punting today. That's what I want to see.
The concerns are just the general concerns moving forward, right? I mean, how much growth are we seeing in the tackle positions? Can that second corner do what they need to do? Doesn't have to be perfect, but just not like blow up the game plan. And then on offense, be somewhat fluid. We haven't really seen that. We've seen some consistency, like when they came out and decided against Tampa in the second half, we're just going to mash.
Right.
For like this drive, we're just going to mash.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the most consistent. Now, it wasn't any big plays, no big chunk plays. Maybe there was a 10-yard run in there, but most of them were like 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards. And they just, the strength of our team is the middle of this offensive line. We're just going to do what we do with these three guys, which is good situationally. But again, just as a matter of getting the kinks out, if you would, continue to get Worthy involved early.
Right. Yep. He's got to be the man.
Get D-Hop a game where he becomes kind of like maybe not the central figure of the passing game, but pretty damn close, because you don't want him all of a sudden getting disinterested. I don't think he would, but let's get him like 8 or 10 targets, right?
Right.
So again, back to the concerns, what they are moving forward. Left tackle, maybe not so much cornerback too, but left and right tackle actually. And then just Patrick feeling comfortable.
Could be Patrick again. Yes.
My concerns are, Andy Reid looking at Matt. This is going to be a Matt Nagy game. If it's Matt Nagy going to stick around, or he's going to be gone next year.
This has nothing to do with Nagy.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna come out and you're gonna coach against a 3-7 team, that look at the stat line. The Chiefs, the Panthers are 2-5 all time against the Kansas City Chiefs. In 1997, the Chiefs, they lost to the Chiefs at 14-35. In 2000, 14-15. 2004, 28 to the Chiefs won. So hey, I put it like this, man. You go out here, you don't have like I said, my concern, you can shake your head, Lou. My concern is Nagy called a bad game and out here not doing what he need to do on offense. That's my
John make a good point again. I like John make a good point, man.
There you go, John. I know I want the deeper pass plays, but last year they had success running slants, yes, crossing routes, yes. West Coast offensive plays. They need to embrace that and get rid of the ball quicker. That is correct.
That's it.
And Patrick Mahomes has to stay in the pocket. When the guys are sitting
stay in the pocket,
or the guys are crossing, get him the ball faster.
But he's not
got to
a
make
pocket
quick.
passer.
He is a pocket. Of course, Mahomes is a pocket passer.
Mahomes came in the league, is not a pocket passer. Mahomes,
He's a pocket passer.
everybody.
Come on.
What? Are we watching the same game, Nick?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think we are,
Well,
sir.
let's put it this way. I think you're both right. No, Patrick did not come into the league as a pocket passer because
Correct.
the offense that they ran at Tech was just so different than it was a true air raid, nothing close to what Kingsbury's doing now.
Yeah, we've seen him be a pocket passer
since
in the NFL.
He's gotten with Andy Reid, with Mike Kafka, with Alex Smith, everybody that's kind of worked with him, with Matt Nagy. He has improved in that area. Now, again, when he gets a little erratic and he gets over his skis, that's where his DNA is to bail, because normally that's where the really big plays come, right?
Leave that comment. I can't read it, Nick.
So,
I can't see that.
Matt Derrick hit it. Matt Nagy's departure in the offseason, suggesting the next offense coordinator will come from outside the organization, and it won't be Doug Peterson. I
told you guys.
I can see that happening. I think I'm telling you, Matt Nagy is going to be a head coach in the NFL next year.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I'm sorry, he's not.
Well, I tell you what, somebody's got to take that Jacksonville job.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Belichick.
Belichick, yeah, nobody want. He doesn't want to. No, he doesn't want.
He doesn't want that.
Not at his age. But maybe again, that Kafka's kind of fallen out of favor with the Giants. I could see him coming back I think, Coach Reid really liked him. I think he played for the Eagles for a short time, so he's been with him for a long time. I think Patrick really likes him too. That might be a guy.
If that statement is true, if they do go outside of our organization and they decide to go get somebody else, everybody know who I'm going to go say. You go get who helped groom Patrick Mahomes, and that's Clean Kingsbury. They're not
going to let him go in Washington.
You do everything you need to do to bring him over here, to bring him over with Patrick Mahomes. But other than that,
one of those things. If it's not a promotion, they're not even allowed to interview.
I'd go to the college ranks. If I'm looking for
you'd have to make him assistant head coach or something, like I think
he already has that title.
I don't know. And it doesn't matter. I don't. Cliff may get a shot at another head coaching job this year if things keep going like this for the Commanders, because he's really changed his kind of view on offensive football a little bit. I mean, he's kind of incorporating the tight end. They're running the ball, so that could be a thing. And we'll see what happens with Nagy, but I don't think he's this. I mean, if he was doing such a horrible job, you don't think Coach Reid would just say, okay, this isn't what we want? I mean, the guys.
You didn't hear him at the press conference. He was like, we got to go back base vanilla. That's what he said. We got to go more.
In general, if he's asked questions to like, okay, so when you say we need to work on things, whatever, he'll say, and he says it every press conference. It's the fundamentals. It's the base stuff, and that's where we kind of get our stuff and get our groove back.
That's my concern. If Matt Nagy, he's getting outplayed by the 3-7 Carolina Panthers D coordinator on Sunday. If that happens, then that's my concern. That's like
let me make your mind at ease. Okay, I'm going to make your mind at ease. Hence.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Going forward, Andy Reid is taking over this offense. That's all there is to it. End of story.
Guys, real quick.
You make it sound like he's giving it to Matt Nagy.
I'm not saying that.
And he's just standing there.
I think he gives him a lot of responsibilities. I think he's let him run the show for the most part offensively, with Andy being the final say, having that 51%. But I think he trusts Matt, and he's trying to. Now it's playoff time. Now it's the time you worry about that number one seed.
But
now's the time you get ready. And Andy did this last year too.
When you guys see like Coach Reid on the sidelines, he's the offensive coordinator, so maybe he comes up with a game plan. He comes up with the call sheet. But it's not like Coach Reid is sitting there silent and he doesn't have the call sheet in front of him. He's got the headset on as well.
Andy Reid has a tell. When he says to the media, we need to simplify things, that means I'm going to be in complete control going forward. It's that simple. It's happened every year. So he allows a lot of latitude with his assistants.
So you agree with what I said about Matt Nagy then? Right?
I'm just saying that the responsibility, the pressure of the three-peat and the game plans and the formations and all the things, Andy Reid is going to say, okay, we tried all these things. We really haven't shown a lot offensively. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get ready for the postseason. And we need to get that number 1 seed because they need the rest. If they play this right and Buffalo falters just a little bit, the final 2 games of the year, the Christmas Day and the game at Denver, might not mean anything. So they can really they don't have to worry about going undefeated anymore. They can really rest.
I have a question for the group.
Right.
Last time we watched some cut-ups, okay? I hear everybody saying, well, Patrick's not seeing this guy. He's not seeing that guy. So if there are people open, how is that a fault of the play call? Or
it's not.
If they're running the ball, now you may say, hey, maybe we need to run it more, maybe more running calls. But again, Coach Reid has 51%, and he'd rather throw it. If you lie detector test, he's going to go at very least 60-40 throwing the ball. So that's where I say where Nagy is, I don't think you can pin any of this stuff on him. It's a group effort, and if they would execute a little bit better, we wouldn't even be calling about play. The plays are fine. You just got to execute better.
Yeah, they're not
executing.
So I'm gonna answer that question. Here's the skinny, guys. You got to protect Patrick Mahomes. Just protect Patrick Mahomes, and you're gonna see them plays being executed. And also, Mahomes has to throw the ball better. Mahomes had to throw the ball better because he's 15-11.
That comes with play calling, correct? If you also protect your quarterback and your left tackle,
you got that. You're right. The offensive line, the offensive line calls, the chip in the rusher, tight end, running back. I mean, Carson Steele has missed several huge blocks the last 2 games. Assignments that he has to help the tackles. So those are things that are correctable.
You've got a rookie who is used to handling the ball for
and they're asking
probably his entire life.
And the issue is the Chiefs are great at run blocking, but pass blocking they're not as great as pass blocking. Run blocking they're good.
And let's see what happens when Pops comes back and he's at full strength, because maybe some of these runs pop a little farther than what Kareem's doing with it. And I think Kareem, using him as a third down back and receiving the ball and pass protection is really going to help a lot as well.
It's going to be fun to watch those two,
because he will jack people up in pass pro, and he has as good a hands as anybody on the team. It looks now outside of D-Hop, but as good as hands as anybody on the team catching the ball out in the flat. So there's no cause for alarm. It's good to talk about these things, but pinning it on specific guys is hard to really.
Well, Matt Nagy, you on Hense watch list.
All right, that's fair.
Man.
That's
so
fair.
With that said, let's get into our sponsor.
All right, let's talk about the sponsors who help make the Four Guys in a Bar podcast go. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for someone who can get you through the process of buying or selling a house, there's nobody I trust more than Eric Haynes. Call him today, 816-729-3785. You can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Joshua Uche.
Another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. It is open enrollment time. That means now is the time through December 15th. If you're looking for a government option, or if you want to go outside the box and look at a private option, give Emily a call today and she'll evaluate your current plan for either yourself, your family, or your small business, and she'll analyze everything and make sure she finds the right fit that you both are comfortable with. So give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
That's right. And our new sponsor, Resell Electronics.
Emily.
The best deals on new and used electronics at Resell Electronics. TVs, laptops, Apple Watches, cameras, cell phones, plus so much more. And if you're into gaming, we carry new gen as well as vintage consoles. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right. Resell Electronics has 2 great locations on Nolan Road and 40 Highway. If you're looking to buy or sell any kind of consumer electronics, got some old stuff, they'll give you cash. You want some new stuff, they'll give you a great deal. If you go in there and say, hey, Chiefs Blitz and Bowtie Sports sent you, you get an extra 10% discount on already great pricing. And, of course, they've got a big Red Friday sale going. So if you're heading out to the Chiefs game, stop by Resell before you go in and get your early Christmas gifts at great prices. Check out their website at resellwithacelelectronics.com.
Resell. Y'all funny.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's happening?
So a week from Friday, and I think Nick just did a little bit of a slip of the tongue. It's a Black Friday sale, but it's actually Red Friday as well.
That's right.
So can we still say it's Black Friday when we're playing the Raiders?
Yeah, black and blue. I'm all good for it.
Can we still call it? But
Maybe
it's
we call it black and red Friday.
It's Red Friday, right? So I think your slip of the tongue, actually, I think we should stick with that.
I think we should.
It's still Red Friday. Now, the other question is this. Will we be broadcasting?
I think we should do a post-game version. Friday? Yes. We should do a post.
Post or pre?
Post.
Post. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
You guys have
for those of you in the crowd.
I don't know if a pregame would do all that,
The start of the game starts at 2:00.
2:00. So maybe by 6:00 we'll be on the air.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Well, 6
it'd be the three of us.
That's 7 o'clock for me. Okay, sure.
All right. Well, Mango, make a note of that. We'll change it and have to work on the fly, but I think it'd be good. And then
maybe we do consider the earlier. Just do like at 1 o'clock something, like before the game or 1 o'clock my time, noon for you.
That means
guys.
we'd have to come back on Friday night or come back on Saturday. I don't want to wait till Monday to come back.
Hey, it's double down. We got to put it out there. It's double down, man. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not double down?
All right,
we already have it's going to be me, Dre, and Mango do the pregame show. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
So let's do we'll do a post game with me and Lou.
Had spoken.
Let's do it. All right, guys. Hey, I want to thank everybody. Coach Dre, Lou Montagna up on the North Coast.
Oh, hey, Tommy Cutlets is back.
Tommy Cutlets
back for the Giants. You're going to see a lot of this, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see. And Hense Todd, our producer extraordinaire. And, of course, Mr. Mango, who does a lot of the back-end stuff, all of our social media. We can't thank him enough for joining our team. So with that said, gents, we'll be back Friday. We'll preview the Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers as we get ready for the next game on the Chiefs schedule. You guys have a great couple of days. We'll see you all. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to our fans. We appreciate you all. And congrats to the guy who keeps winning.
The man, the myth, the legend.
And winning.
Yes.
And winning.
Great.
He just wins.
Oh, no. Hey, real quick, guys. Your Cavaliers lost the game. We out.
My team, sir.
Yeah, they weren't going to go 82-0.